what we call the Western Hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they try to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the pictures. Let's keep going. We gotta get to these dolls roll shit because we gotta see who these dirty players is that's doing this bullshit. Oh, I seen the turkey. I was out. The turkey standing in front of the car.
That's fire.
I ain't never seen a turkey over there. That's Lucifer.
You get a good picture of him right there.
Mm-hmm.
He fattening up for the Thanksgiving, so we can.
Oh yeah. I might not never see a turkey in that spot again.
Hey, that turkey represents a sign. It represents a certain energy. That bird, that turkey.
Yeah, the turkeys mean chief.
Yeah, and strong bird. It's a strong bird too. One of the turkeys, one of the strong birds.
Mm-hmm. That's what your chief is, a strong bird.
Yeah.
This James Brown, please.
Hey, that's rare though. That's rare to see a single turkey like that out there.
Yeah, and especially where I saw him at.
Yeah, that's rare.
All right, now we about to start getting to the good part.
Yeah, I like this picture right here. That's fire. I'm gonna say that one.
Oh, whoa, we got to read that because that's important. If y'all got to be aware of this, the day is coming soon where good men are gonna have to do. Scroll down, we read the rest of it.
Damn, my bad.
They say the day is coming soon where good men are gonna have to do bad things to very bad people. That's the day I want. That's where I want to get cut loose at, right there.
Damn.
All right, here we go. We're about to get into it.
Oh, it's still loading up. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Just going in all of the pictures we went over earlier and everything.
Yeah.
I had to set up in case the rest of the pictures didn't go through. We would have to be going through all of this. Oh, go back up. One picture before this one.
This one picture we went to go over. Yeah, that red.
Yeah, because this is the Mongol Empire. Scroll up a little bit so you can see where Rome was to the left over there. You can see the other way. Okay. A little bit more.
Damn, stop. Come on, baby. All right,
you see where the boot is in Italy right there on the top left?
Right here?
The boot. It's right up in that area though. But it's the boot of Italy.
Yeah, I see it. Right here. Right.
Okay, now the middle, that's the Middle East right there, directly to the right, the left of the red.
Yeah.
Right. This is going, now you're going over to Turkey and all over in there, Macedonia and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's under that, you got India in the middle, and then you got Asia, that's China. All that's China over there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And where you see the to the left, you can see the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
The Gulf, the Persian Gulf over there to the left. Mm-hmm. And then you can see Egypt. Right. In that Egypt. Now, years ago, everything that you see south of the Mediterranean, that was all Egypt going into India. India used to be Eastern Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, let's go to the next picture.
Okay.
The next one gonna be the Huns. We already seen them, so we're gonna skip the ones we already did. So these is the people they kidnapping and using the servants to bring over here to conquer and to use them. Here we go. We're getting there now. You see what that say?
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
You see where it say Indian land? Did it show him eating the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, now we about to get into the dolls roll. Let's go, young Gelder. What the people saying in the comments? I can't see them.
Man, they saying game over. They saying, man, this shit is on fire. We the hottest niggas in the game right now. That's what they said.
All right, let's go to the top of this picture because this picture right here is important.
Okay.
See it? Dawes Act of 1887. Now we 100 years in to the war contract.
Mm-hmm.
from 1776. All right. So it implied Indian ways were inferior to white ways. Now remember, when they talking about white people, they not talking about pale skinned Europeans. They talk about European nobility who came over here as Etruscan Moors, as conquistadors, as Frenchmen, Englishmen, and Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got to always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we under the impression, based on the way that they lead us to believe the term white man mean, that they talk about a pale skin like this dude sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But this is not.
You look into these people's faces and you'll see what they are for real. They not what you think they is physically. That's all facade and a mask. They hiding behind that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I read the signs and the, you know, the energy of who they really are.
Absolutely.
Right. So I'm just trying to validate the channel message with somebody familiar with the character type personality of the individual. Because I didn't know nothing about him. I never listened to none of his music. I think I seen him an interview right before he got shot, and then there was a bunch of catfishing with his name on it. So I was just like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know,
And that
clout chasing on his name. So I didn't really dig into it like I did other people like Tupac. Right. I dug into his shit and I found out what that really was behind the scenes.
definitely.
You know, so when this young brother started getting excited, screaming in my head, I got a headache from it now because he's not what you would call a mild personality. He's excited energy.
Yeah, that also ties into his spirit and where he comes from. He has massive energy, so you just gotta tell him to tone down. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it was toned down, and it's still high.
All right, so
So
that tells me that he's over there training and doing battles. So that makes sense. Because if that's still like a little too high for you, and I know you got massive energy. So if it's still affecting you in that matter, he's probably doing work on the other side. But see, he can't do work on the physical the way he can on the spiritual. So that means he
well, we don't. All our elders tell us that too. When they get ready to go, they be like, "I got some work to do on the other side that I can't get done from here." Nana Woo Woo told us that.
absolutely, and that's why he when he finds out certain things. So on the other side, he's able to time travel, so and come back and forth, because he's also a gatekeeper as well as I am. So basically, he's coming to you and trying to help, and he's trying to use you to help prevent certain stuff from happening.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No, he said this is what he just when you said that he said no, this is war. He said I'm trying to make something happen.
Yeah, ooh, I see what he's doing. All right. I know what he wants. That makes sense. Yeah, X. All right, let's put it this way, right? X is a warrior, and I mean a warrior. Like
Yeah, I get that.
he is stepper, like, and he'll be the first one to jump. So I can only imagine the kind of fun he having on the other side. But I'm thinking that he went and saw something, and he sees that action needs to be taken now. But he's more so doing it on the industry because the industry are harvesting the energy. Okay, I see. Okay, so look, basically he's trying to expose individuals that are the masterminds of absorbing this energy and cultivating it for the negative, right? Because this is what they do. They do off the bullshit, right? Like with the whole concert with the Travis nigga, right? They're meant to draw attention, and when we acknowledge those type of things, we give it energy. And they then take this energy and they use it to attack us with it. And you could barely even look at it. Just acknowledging, just posting, just speaking on it. You're giving it energy, and recognize how this thing is worldwide. It's on a worldwide scale. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
the magnitude behind this.
Mm-hmm.
They're drawing energy from the entire planet.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine.
Well, we know the law of physics say where the attention go, the energy flows.
Exactly.
You know, so this is what they call the artist selling his soul, because when they sign those record deals, they giving the control of their estate to those record companies. So when they kill them off for their masters and get that dead celebrity status, their family don't see none of it.
They can't. They don't have X's soul because of what X is spiritually. They don't have the power to wrap somebody like.
No, you listen. You listen. When they say sell your soul, they mean sacrifice your God-given talent for substance, wealth. That's what selling your soul really is. So, like my brain power. If I was to use my brain power to empower the system, then I would have been selling my soul.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So, because I don't want to sell my soul, I use my brain power in the interest of the greatest good of the most people. You see? So, when I do that, my spiritual currency know that it's coming from a true place, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't do it.
That's true.
Right? I'm the type of person that if I don't mean it, I'm not doing it. Period. Like, I mean that shit. When I say I'm trying to help my people recover their shit, I mean that shit. You know? And like this, this psychic shit, it's disturbing to me personally. Right? That I'm able to have communications from people that's not in physical form. Even though I'm aware of the science of it, how it works, the mechanics, I'm aware of all of that. But as the mortal self is still disturbing to. So I'm still having to soothe my own self after getting the psychic message. You know what I mean?
Because the channeling energy, the effect they have on your side, I get you about. I channel not like that, not from other people, not like that. In the sense of like Xing people in my spirit family or in my soul tribe on my spirit team. I can get where you come from. It's probably stronger for you based off how your energy is. You're a stronger psychic. So I can.
So my psychic level is called a Hayoka empath, which allows me to not just have the empathy, but to use it to read more than the average person would be able to read just being a regular empath.
You're like my elder Jasmine. She's like that too. She's a reader as well. I'm training at the moment. I could read somebody without looking at them or being around them, but yours is more on a severity level. Shit. So I mean, if that's what I gotta face in the future, yeah. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's kind of cool sometimes when it's somebody that you haven't heard from in a while and they thinking about you, and then you make an instant psychic connection and you're like, oh, that's you. Hey, how you doing?
I'm pretty sure you already do it, but just in case, you never know. You could speak to the king like that, because I know his psychic is very strong energetically. Wait a minute. That's probably how he sends his messages out from prison. So I'm pretty sure that's you can, if you haven't already, you can communicate with him energetically. If you know his energy, say you didn't know his energy, you watch like an old video, and because you're an empath, you'll see the energy will beam towards you. You can then lock onto that energy like physically, and you could track down Larry, and you could speak to him that way. Kind of his psychic is very strong. I know they didn't crack him in there because of where he's at energetically.
Yeah, I'm already aware of that. Because that's how he told me, don't get into the gang bang and get into the brain banging.
Okay. In regards to what X said about the war, it's gonna get a lot deeper than people can comprehend. And what he wants is to basically bring you a message to where it's gonna give the people leeway to advance a little bit further, because they had to advance further energetically. They're finna get hit with light codes, angelic codes, gamma radiation, cosmic radiation, primordial radiation. There's all types of inner earth portals that are already open and that are exposing energy to people. And after a being is exposed to either low amounts of energy or high amounts of energy, this evolution takes place within that individual. So everybody's going to begin to morph. He wants to prevent them from absorbing that energy. So he's trying to take up that.
So just to give you a little update on the ones that we already caught red-handed, dirty in the act. Tommy Mottola, he got caught red-handed, dirty in the act. David Kenner, Ted Fields, caught dirty in the act. Clive Davis, caught dirty in the act. All of them were caught. It's another one that was part of Interscope with Ted Fields. I can't think of his name right now. But they all got caught. Larry Cohen got caught. The owner of Koch Records for Heavy D, when they poisoned him, talking about he had a heart attack. They got caught. All these motherfuckers is caught except there's one label left. It's Empire. So this is what you call an emerging conjure in the industry. So because the other ones are all being seized by the people of the land, it leaves the little indies that's able to slide in and do the dirt. So Catch Records' problem with Heavy D was he was giving out too good of record deals to independent artists. So that's what why they had to get rid of him. This music industry and this entertainment industry is a dirty game, right? So they sucking off all of the creative life force energy of the artists in order to build their castles all over the world, and we not seeing it. Well, we seeing it now. We seeing the effects of the dirty hands, right? Like I didn't never listen to Young Dolph music. I don't know nothing about him. I didn't listen to Triple X. I don't know nothing about him. But I know he was adamant that it's that guy. He was adamant that it was about frequency and vibration. And he was adamant that this gonna expose it all. So I had to get a message. Even if I don't understand it at the time, I might get some receipts later that'll verify it. You know? So it's some more artists on his label. He got what they call a bailout. The bailout is when multiple artists die in rapid succession for whatever currency they got wagered, because they got money in the gambling, like betting on how long this guy gonna live or if this guy will die at a certain day at a certain time, right? So they got a quantum calculator that does astrology, and they taking these artists, they use their name in gematria, they use their birth dates and their stellar alignments in order to know when they should kill them in order to reap the greatest reward.
Exactly, and that's why they put them with specific record labels, because the record labels keep track of them. They section them off based off of their currency and the value they hold.
Mm-hmm.
But if they get music out the way, that'll be like a big step for the people, because the music controls the frequency and frequency controls the mind. And if the mind, because right now I was telling folks that they're not the war isn't on our vessels anymore. The war is on our energy. And in order to get to our energy, they have to get to us using frequency. And that's why they're attacking us. Where they're attacking us right now is with frequency, and that's the biggest thing right now, because it's going to knock off our ability to absorb the frequencies coming in from the atmosphere and from our ancestors, from the energies above, and that's their main goal. If they could knock that off for as long as possible, it could prevent us from receiving the energy needed to how do I say it, unlock specific DNAs, because they're all coming in sections. To make sense. So say like we receive energy for slot number 1, but then they knock us off for slot number 2, and we get for slot number 3. It's going to cause an imbalance within us because we don't have the energy for slot number 2, even though we have number 3. That's what they want to do, because, and by slots I mean each strand of DNA we have is activated by a specific frequency. So like, gamma might activate slot 1, and then beta might activate slot 2, angelic might activate slot 3. But if you don't have it, you don't have the full what's it called? You don't have all the requirements to fully unlock. Just because one strand is unlocked isn't gonna fully bring about evolution within the body.
So I got another channel coming in from Bobby Hemmings. That motherfucker part of that homosexual cult, that shit packing cult they got going. Them homosexual Arabs, them homosexual Muslims. That's what he keeps saying. Brother Bobby Hemmings. Wow,
I know you're talking
that's
about
deep.
in
He
Pakistan. That's
never
where the
contacted
warlord.
me.
That over
He
there
never.
is where they the children. They do live beheadings. They all the bad shit. That's where they do it over there. So yeah, they rape folks over there. They kill folks. They kill babies. All that. That's what they do. That's where they play on the blood and everything. And that's why the leader of Empire is from there. He's sort of like the representative or the head honcho.
As far as I know, Bobby Hemmings is still alive. He was last I know was recovering from a stroke. I don't. He didn't say he was coming from the other side. It sounded telepathic to me. X energy is so fucking loud. Like his presence is encompassing. But Bobby able to control his energy at a higher level. He said that motherfucker wanted him.
He vibrates on vibration energy, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder
Yeah.
for him, especially if he's getting hyped up. And this
I
particular
I
events like
think
this would definitely get him hyped the fuck up. So it's gonna be extremely hard.
yeah, so I'm thinking that he is just so excited that somebody can hear what he's telling them and relay the message out into the public domain that this shit come to an end. Because this the shit we've been trying to stop, right? Because our elders told us it's 9 areas of people activity that they control: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. I added the 10th one, health, because without good health, none of the other 9 can be effectuated.
Exactly, because good health allows you to intake these energies, and
Right.
if yeah, so I completely understand.
Yeah. So he excited about this shit more than me because this shit giving me a headache. But um yeah. So he's saying that it's that guy is behind it. He the unseen hand pulling the strings behind the scenes, and he's manipulating the artists and using them against each other and making backdoor deals and gambling wagers on their life on who gonna last the longest in the onslaught. They got dates in the ledger. It's not on a PDF. It's not on digital format. It's on paper with a pencil. And the wager is in the ledger. And if they catch the ledger, they can know exactly which ones he had killed, right? Because they write it down, and they stateside Arabs, but they run like a mafia family.
That makes sense.
And he's tied to them, and they call the shots because he got money to start his company from them in some form or another, either by a loan or by an agreement or some kind of family marriage arrangement. But they are the ones behind the moves, and they are the ones that's calculating when they expect the next artist to die. They got a rapid succession of artists lined up, right? He's showing me the ledger. I can't see the names because they're in Arabic. right? And when I try to read the Arabic, it make my eyes like blur the picture, right? But they got the dates on them, and that's almost English, but it's still written in Arabic, right? So they figuring that like that's the dumbest shit in the world. They think that by writing in Arabic, the police can't get a translator. That's almost dumb as a nigga thinking because he used his cell phone that they can't track him.
That,
I'm glad you
but
came on.
when it comes to what's occurring now, I time travel daily, and it's still undeterminable. So it's really up to those who can work on the other side to help keep things on a straight and narrow. And that's what he's doing right now. I've seen multiple outcomes or possibilities for the say of how this could go. And right now, what's occurring is the industry is the most important. It's the most important variable in keeping things on the right track. Because if they're not taken out, they're gonna get desperate, and they're gonna, like, how'd I say it? They're gonna call in for their there's a word for it. It's it's like emergency provisions, if that makes sense. And these will be like well, you just described it, when they're gonna let off like multiple sacrifices for big amounts of energy.
But it's in play right now.
That,
So this is like the beginning of what you call an onslaught. Yeah. So they rounding they got the stage set, right? They got the timing down right on the heels of they riding the wave, the energy wave of the. See, they put Travis Scott. That was a blood ritual on the breakup for a couple cities in New Jersey. The people were going to fight the Seminole Wars, so they was leaving the cities going southeast. That's why the largest concentration of us was in the South at the turn of the century.
So
Because
the structures were already that. So when you look at these structures, though, that says they put out these old movies about the Wild Wild West and the people going west in the wagon trains and stuff, there were massive buildings and marble and crystal looking places and stuff that existed.
We still have castles all over the land that's thousands of years old. Most of them they turned into major prisons.
Really?
Yeah. Look up Marquette Prison in upstate Michigan in the UP. That used to be a castle. They turned it into a prison.
Wow.
I think San Quentin, there's a couple of them in Pennsylvania that they turned. Rod Hayes, my task at hand is to inform the grassroots that the government is changing over, and on the turnaround, when everything is done, guess who's going to be in power this time? So that's right. So the problem is that the governments of Earth supposed to be matriarchies because Earth is a feminine planet. So when they tried the patriarchy, it created the deserts. Now my aim is to bring attention to the rise and return of the matriarchy. And people have this twisted idea of what matriarchy is. They think it's just take all of the power for men and replace them with powerful women. That's the dumbest shit in the world to me. But what matriarchy really is about is children, because the mothers know the children are the future, and they teach this to the wise children that pay attention. Right? So when we grow up, we have a different world view if our mother was teaching us in the ways of women than what we see presently. And this society makes us greatly uncomfortable. If we don't study and develop a strong mental outlook on what we seeing, we normally bug the fuck out, go Harry Carey, riding around in the streets blasting motherfuckers because we don't know what else to do. Right? So now I'm telling them, look, don't fall for the fear campaigns. All of the fear that the church, the synagogue, and the mosque has been instilling in people for the last 6,000 years was the chains of hell.
Mm-hmm.
Take the fear away, and the chains become feathers. Right?
Mm.
So when we looking at the personal development of individuals, they have to see somebody that see the problem, explain the problem in order for them to see it a lot of times. So my job is to describe the problem and offer a solution where a solution is available. I haven't found a problem yet that wasn't solvable. Right? And it's like one of the elders got a little clip rolling around on Instagram, and he said it better than anybody. When all else fails, go back to nature, because nature answers all of man's problems.
Mm-hmm.
They was answering problems before Silicon Valley, before Wall Street, before Washington, D.C., and long before the Vatican. Mother Nature was answering the problems of everybody on the planet in every place at all times. Right? So now it's the fact that our awareness determines how fast this thing is moving. Apparently, our awareness is reaching critical mass because they finally decided to tell y'all that Queen Elizabeth is dead.
I was cracking up. Dead.
Yeah. So, but a lot of people don't know that they gave a coded sign when she passed.
Mm-hmm.
When the crest on the gate of Buckingham Palace fell. And facing the gate, it would be on our left side, but it would be staged right of us. That represents the right brain.
Mm.
The crest on the right side represents the seal on the mother line was broken. In other words, they was telling us that there was Elizabeth masquerading as the queen, keeping the queen deposed. Right? So now we have to go in history to find something to compare it to. So we compare it to what we call the ousting of one royal in order to replace them with another. We've seen a lot of it go on in Greece and Rome.